Hello you guys and welcome to today's video and happy summer. As you probably gathered from the title, today is going to be a summer 2024 fashion trends video and specifically my top 10. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys a bunch of trends that I don't personally like because there are too many trends to choose from, especially this season. So we're gonna talk about my top 10 trends and then just as a little bonus, we're gonna put the top 4 colors of the season at the end. And yes, I know summer is already here. We're already a couple weeks into the summer by the time this video goes live, but it is not too late to implement some of these trends into your own style. And a lot of these trends are going to translate into the fall as well. So you'll be able to wear a lot of these things like for many months to come. And also another thing I want to mention is that these are just trends. You do not have to incorporate every single trend or be like on trend to be a fashionable person by any means. This is just fun. And a lot of these trends this year are, in my opinion, a little bit more mild than other trends that we've seen. I do think that a lot of them can be easily implemented into the average wardrobe. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Okay, I have my notes out because I don't want to forget a single thing for you guys. So the first trend that I would like to talk about is something that is actually a little bit more classic. The way that it's happening this summer is just a bit different than like the traditional route that it goes down. So that is the preppy look. We're gonna call this trend put a prep in your step, and disclaimer, I will be giving all of these trends super corny names and you're just gonna have to like it, okay? So we're used to seeing the preppy trend being like very Upper East Side gossip girl going to prep school wearing like blazers and button downs and everything like that. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that look. Like that look is my bread and butter. But this preppy look more so is a reeled in, laid back version of that look. So we're seeing a ton of oversized polos. We're still seeing those pleated skirts and everything because a pleated skirt is so cute for the summer. But we're also seeing it take on more of an athletic wear route, like what you'd see on a tennis court or girls wearing to like a polo match or something like that. And by the way, I'm gonna be sharing a link to a whole list of pieces that I've put together that are all about these trends. So I'm putting them all in one spot for you guys to go look at. And then I'll have like a few other things that I found on Amazon for you guys to look at as well, and that'll all be in the description. But getting back to the trend. So typically when we think preppy, we think about a lot of layering and everything, but as it's summer, that's why this is going very sporty and laid back and like a reeled in version of it. However, I do have a hack for you guys if you want to get that layered look but don't want the added layers. And that is these collars that I get from Amazon. And like I said, I will link those below. They are basically just the top of a collared shirt. So they have a couple buttons in the front, and then they have the collar, and then they have straps, which you can either use or just tuck in depending on what you're wearing and if the straps would show or not. It gives the illusion that you're wearing a shirt underneath whatever you're wearing, but you're not wearing a shirt. So you're not getting like the added element of like a whole extra layer of clothing. So that is our first trend, and that is the summer preppy look. And like I said, we're calling it put a prep in your step. So trend number 2 is something that I kind of feel like I'm embodying today. And that is the Western trend, which we are going to call way out West. And we've seen the Western trend before. I vividly remember 2019 it being like a huge thing, but the way that it's evolved to fit today's trends is more of a farm girl, cottagey Western trend. So think gingham and puffy sleeves and frilly skirts, and then also kind of pairing like chunky belts and cowgirl boots and cowgirl hats with that. So you can get really themey with this, and I think that if you love a theme like I do, I mean, Halloween is my favorite holiday because I get to dress up like something crazy. And I'm not saying that this trend is like crazy or anything, but you can get really themey with it, which I think is so fun. And oh my God, there is a car windshield glaring on my eyeball so bad right now. Oh my God. I'm blind. Oh, but think very feminine with this theme, and honestly think of like the whole homesteading trad wife thing that we're seeing all over the internet right now. Like the vibes of the girls like going out and getting eggs from their chickens and making their own butter and everything like that. That's kind of how this trend is taking effect this summer. So that is trend number 2, the way out West meets cottagecore meets homesteading trad wife sort of trend. And trend number 3, kind of sticking on like the themey sort of trends, is the mermaid core trend, and maybe I'll call this one like beached mermaid, because that's what everybody's dressing like, especially when they're somewhere beachy. They just kind of look like they're a mermaid who got washed up onto the beach, got their land legs like Ariel, and they're just frolicking. So we're seeing like a ton of knitwear and sequins and like seashell aquatic looking sort of accessories. Girls are just really playing into the trend like we're all beached mermaids, and I think it's so adorable. And like I said, these trends are not so crazy this year. It's like a mermaid at the beach, like that goes hand in hand. And you can definitely take this into your nighttime looks, you know, maybe a sequin crochet dress or something like that. Like, of course you can make it your own, and you don't have to be at the beach to incorporate like some of the styles of this trend. But it is definitely taking its truest form when I see girls at the beach, and I love it. But if I had a beach vacation coming up, I would definitely be taking part in this trend, because I mean, this is just one of those that like screams summer. So that is trend number 3, the beached mermaid trend. So trend number 4, I'm going to call drop it low, because that's what we're doing with the waistlines of our dresses and our skirts. We are dropping them low. So yes, this is the drop waist trend. Do your waist drop low, do a wobble to the flow. We're seeing this done in so many different ways. There are very mild versions of this where it's like the waist is just like a little bit low, and then there are also versions of this where like the waist is so low it's like at your booty. Sometimes like the waist is very tight, like down the entire torso. Sometimes it's a looser dress entirely, but the waistline is just a lot lower. It can be a very flattering look, especially when the waistline comes to a V. I think that is a very flattering, like snatching look. And if you guys know who Alex Cooper is, she just got married, and her wedding dress is a perfect example of a drop waist dress with the V, and I thought it was so beautiful on her, and I know so many people were absolutely dying over it. There are ways to sort of like hack this look if you don't have an actual dress or a skirt that's drop waist. So something that I've done to create the illusion of a drop waist look is I've taken a skirt or pants or whatever, and then I have a longer tank top, and I leave the tank top untucked and I pull it down, and so that way it kind of like creates that elongated torso look. Everywhere is mentioning the drop waist, and it's definitely here to stay. It's definitely going to be going into the fall, and we've seen it kind of like slowly getting here, and now it's just like really popping off this summer. But that is our trend number 4, the drop waist trend, or as I like to call it, drop it low. Trend number 5 is the sheer trend, and we're just gonna go ahead and call it sheer is here because my brain couldn't think of anything more clever. But sheer is definitely here. We're seeing pretty much every single item of clothing being made sheer. So that's sheer tops, sheer dresses. I've even seen sheer blazers. It's even going into accessories, like sheer shoes are a big, big thing right now. I have a couple pairs of sheer shoes that I just got. They're like partially sheer with like little bows on them. They're super cute, and they'll be in the list of the trends. We just saw Hailey Bieber wearing like a full sheer jumpsuit, and I think that there's really no better time for this trend to be happening than the summer, because summer is obviously a time when you want to be wearing thin clothing, light clothing, and the best way to do that is to be wearing the thinnest possible clothing, and that would be sheer. I recently wore a dress, and it was a pretty full sheer dress, but it wasn't like so sheer that you could like see my stuff. But if you looked hard, you could see my belly button. You know, I live in Arizona and it is hot here, and I cannot tell you how comfy I was and how cool it kept me. It was so nice, but it was also very like elegant looking. I really like this trend for the summer just for the sheer fact of it being very like cooling. So that is trend number 5, and that's the sheer is here trend. Trend number 6 is going to be the dressing down trend, and by dressing down, I mean literally like wearing pajamas, like pajama core sort of trend. A lot of the main pieces that we're seeing are like bloomers, which actually kind of ties into the Western cottagey sort of farm life trend. And also like pajama looking pants and shorts, and even full-blown pajama looking sets. But then the way that girls are styling it, it looks like a normal cohesive outfit to wear out in public. It's not like you just rolled out of bed and like you're still wearing your pajamas and you're going, but kind of like elevated pajama looks. And I'm actually so here for this trend because there is nothing I love more than comfort. And I do love getting totally dressed up in like my button downs and my blazers and wearing those sort of outfits that aren't the most comfortable, I guess. But if I'm truly honest with myself, there's nothing more than I love than leaving the house and feeling so comfy. Guys, sorry, but look who decided to say hello, little Peanut. Peanut loves the pajama trend. You love leaving the house in your comfies, but you're not even wearing clothes. So that's a whole different take on the dressing down trend. Oh my God, look at you in the camera. You're so cute. Oh, okay. But yeah, so that is trend number 6, the dressing down trend. Let's get into trend number 7, and that is going to be bubble skirts. And I'm just gonna go ahead and call this bubble trouble. There's nothing troublesome about this trend, but it rhymes. If you have a similar Instagram feed or Pinterest feed or anything like I do, you cannot get on these apps without seeing bubble skirt. This trend also goes hand in hand with the drop waist, because we're seeing so many bubble skirts be at the bottom of a drop waist dress or a bubble skirt itself being drop waist. A lot of these trends, they kind of are intermingling with each other. Which is really fun to see. But bubble skirts, I think, are so flattering because, especially with the drop waist look, like let's say you have a drop waist dress and it's very tight on your torso, but then you have the bubble skirt at the bottom. It's like the contrast between the full long tight torso with like the over accentuation of the hips, I think is a really cute look. And this is one of those trends that, because we're seeing it so much right now, it's hard to say if this is going to be around for any sort of like extended period of time. I think that we might get some bubble burnout, if you will. If you want to hop on this trend, I have found some bubble skirts actually on Amazon that I will link below. And that to me feels like a safe way to try out this trend to see if you even like it before you would be investing in something maybe a little bit more pricey. I can't vouch for the qualities of these bubble skirts because I have not tried them. But if they suck, then Amazon has amazing returns and you can just go return them. So I absolutely love bubble skirts, and I think that they are just so feminine and so cute and so flirty and fun. And I just kind of picture like girls gallivanting around Europe in their little bubble skirt dresses with kitten heels and like big sunglasses, just like frolicking around Paris or something. So that is trend number 7, bubble trouble. All right, trend number 8, and this might be a controversial one, but just stick with me. We're going to call this one Take a Trip to Capri. And no, I don't mean Italy, I mean capris. I know people might be like cringing when they hear me say capris, but just hear me out. I think the reason why there's so much like fear around capris is that people are having like PTSD to the last time they wore capris and maybe their overall look when they were wearing them. And I just want to say, you look different now. If you haven't worn capris since you were in like middle school and had braces and like a comb over on your hair and like, you know, we just look different now. So now that you're older and have probably elevated your look in a lot of ways, I think now's the time to try capris again. I have had a pair of trusty capris for over a year now, and I've made so many cute looks with them. I think that they're a perfect middle ground between pants and shorts for the summer, because it's like, you don't always want to wear pants, you don't always want to wear shorts. Well, how do you meet in the middle? You wear capris. And another kind of trend that I'll just mention right now is Bermuda shorts, because that's just like a slightly shorter version of a capri, so I'll just throw that in here. But I would just urge you guys, if you're weary about capris, just give them a shot again. If you hate them, you can always return them, and if you think that I'm just wrong, then just forget this trend entirely. But I love capris so much, and I think that we should all take a trip down memory lane and go back to capris. Hence the name I have given this trend, Take a Trip to Capri, because we all need to take a trip back to the capris. So anyway, that is trend number 8. So now we're gonna get into a couple of shoe trends that I'm really liking. Both of these trends are similar in a sense, but the first one that I'm going to talk about is the ballet flat trend. And when I tell you guys, it has taken me so long to get on board. We've been seeing these creeping into the trends and everything for quite some time now. And I was like, oh, no. I don't want to be wearing ballet flats. But I think I was having that PTSD, like I mentioned about the capris, with ballet flats. because I've come around and I actually think that they are so cute. And not only cute, but super comfortable for the summer. We are seeing the sheer ballet flats, like I mentioned earlier with the sheer trend. And then we're also seeing like a fishnetting sort of vibe with the ballet flats. So it literally looks like you have fishnets on your feet, which sounds weird, but girls are really pulling it off. And I think it's really cute. It's just the perfect vibe for the summer. It's like, you don't always have to be wearing heels, which I'm trying to teach myself because I'm such a heels girl, but I also do love wearing sneakers. So I'm like, okay, I can take this super feminine girly outfit, and instead of wearing sneakers with it, I can be comfy and wear ballet flats with it. And it's just like a more cohesive look with a lot of my outfits. So I adore this trend now. This is a trend that's also definitely here to stay. We're definitely gonna keep seeing ballet flats in the fall and the winter. Ooh, what should we call this one? Ooh, how about we call it flat footwear theory? Like flat earth theory, but flat footwear? Yay, nay? Whatever, that's what I'm calling it. Trend number 10, our second shoe trend and our last trend is also going in line with the comfort and the flats and everything, and that is going to be flip-flops, which I'm gonna call flip-flop your style, because never in my life did I think that I would say I absolutely love flip-flops, but here I am saying I love flip-flops and I love the looks that girls are creating with flip-flops. Dolce & Gabbana recently did a collab with Havaianas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but they created the cutest freaking flip-flops, and like, I can't even believe these words are coming out of my mouth. They made some leopard print and zebra print ones, which I think are freaking adorable, and I love animal print, and I am itching to get my hands on them. They also did like an Italian Amalfi Coast looking vibe with a couple pairs, and they are just so cute. But girls are wearing flip-flops with pretty much every outfit that you can imagine. I've even been seeing girls wear like nicer looking outfits, but then pairing it with flip-flops, and for some reason it's just so cute. And also we're going back to the comfort. So a lot of these trends are kind of comfort focused this summer, and maybe that's why I also picked them, because like I said, I love being comfy. But yeah, that is trend number 10, and there's been a lot of good news for the girls who love comfort in this video. So if you're a comfort lover, like, this video is perfect for you. So for colors, we're just gonna kind of run through this quickly, but I just wanted to share with you guys like the colors of the season. It's feeling very patriotic, like, and if you live in America, I mean, we have the 4th of July literally right around the corner. I'll just start. We have red. And by red, I mean a bright, bold, like maraschino cherry, strawberry red. We're seeing it in the way that girls are accessorizing and full-blown red outfits, everything like that. So you can incorporate this trend not necessarily in the clothing that you wear, but maybe your accessories. And in my humble opinion, I do think that a bright, bold red lip counts. So if the way that you wanna go about the red trend is just wearing bright red lipstick, I think that's totally fine. But yeah, so the first one is red. The second color of the season, just following in line with that whole patriotic vibe, is white. And I'm talking like full blown white outfits. Like, we're all in our bridal era this summer because literally everybody's wearing white. One of the pieces of the summer that I didn't mention in this video, but that I do actually really love as well, is white poplin skirts. And I love white for the summer because I think it looks so good with like a little bit of like tan skin. It's just like that contrast is like, ooh, it's so nice. So yes, white is our second color. And then the third color of the summer is blue. So we have the red, white, and blue, but this is not like a royal blue like you picture on the flag. We're talking more like aqua, turquoisey types of blues here. So this kind of goes back into that mermaid look, like a very sea life looking blue, very aquatic. So if you're going on vacation, I feel like this would be a perfect color for that. And then the last color of the summer that I'm going to mention is butter yellow. I think I have every article of clothing you can possibly imagine in butter yellow, and I'm still getting more. Like, I love this color so much. I think it is so flattering on so many skin tones, and again with like a little summer tan, I think it looks so beautiful. And I'm overall a pretty neutral girl when it comes to color, but like butter yellow to me is kind of like a different variation of like the beiges and the tans. It's more of just like a summery version of that. So I think that's why I'm so drawn to it, because it still feels a little bit neutral to me. But yeah, those are the 4 colors of the season. So we have red, white, blue, but like the aqua blue, and butter yellow. And that will wrap up today's video. And before I go, I want to remind you guys that these are just trends. Only incorporate what resonates with you. Fashion is about wearing what makes you feel the most beautiful and the most confident version of yourself. So if that includes these trends, great. And if it doesn't, then just do you. It's no pressure to focus on any of these trends that you don't like. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next video, you can catch me on Instagram, TikTok, Shop My, LTK, Pinterest, all the good things. And to anybody who has given me support so far, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And yeah, I'm very, very grateful for any of you who have watched any of my videos or shown any support in any sort of way. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. I love you guys.